Good morning. It's an honor to be able to share my testimony with all of you this morning, and I appreciate the opportunity to do so. When Drew and I decided to join this wonderful church family in 2019, we did so for two essential reasons. One, the Lord had compelled us to find a church home after our season of engagement in which we visited several churches in town. And two, as newlyweds, we knew that having a church home would foster the foundation we needed to keep Christ at the center of our marriage, as well as the foundation in which we'd one day raise our children on. God made it abundantly clear then and continues to make clear that Boulevard was and is home. Soon thereafter, I was asked to join the vision team. I truthfully did not know what that would entail at the time, but I knew I felt a nudge again from God. I consider myself to be an already ingrained member of our community through my profession, through nonprofit volunteerism, and through serving on civic boards and committees. All were certainly examples of kingdom work, but the vision team was different. I felt the Lord wanted me to use this opportunity to give of my time, and consequently my talent and treasure, to do kingdom work in perhaps its simplest form. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time on the vision team thus far, from the forming of intergenerational relationships to learning the church's history and discussing all of the many characteristics that make it so incredibly special to us all, as well as the ways that we can best continue to build upon this already firm foundation to continue to make earth more like the kingdom of heaven. But perhaps what I've appreciated most, though, is the opportunity to give of my time, treasure, and talent in a way I had not given of it before. Growing up in a Christian home, I've always been familiar with the importance of tithing in particular. As newlyweds, Drew and I made an effort to give what we could when we could, but I don't feel that we ever truly prioritized it. We had this notion that God understood, and while I'm certain that He in fact did, it felt more like an excuse than anything. Fast forward to spring of 2021, when we learned we were expecting our precious rainbow baby, Bradley. Through an emotional and anxiety-ridden pregnancy, we found ourselves increasing our giving in terms of both consistency and amount through the giving of our time, treasure, and talent. One Sunday on the way home, I said to Drew, "Sometimes I just sort of feel like we're just paying God so He will continue to bless us. Is that what we're doing here?" Without hesitation, Drew did not take his eyes off of the road and said, "No, Brooke, we are thanking Him." What a revelation. There is no better way to thank our Lord than by doing kingdom work through the giving of our time, treasure, and talent. When we stop viewing our tithes in particular in this way, as opposed to equating it to just another monthly bill to add to the Excel spreadsheet, or an IOU of sorts, it became a meaningful act of worship for our family and one that we now fully prioritize. It is not only our way to say thank you by giving of our time, talent, and treasure, but it also is our way to say God's will be done. I truly feel that as Christians, we each have a role and a duty to building God's kingdom together. Many hands make light work. As we look to the future for Boulevard, it is my prayer that we as a church family are careful to consider what the Lord has been so gracious to already bestow upon us, both personally and as a church. May we be quick to give back to Him what has always been His to begin with.